today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Another run for Murray on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Jackson now. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Sam Hubbard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. The numbers for Mixon last week, he was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4, second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get the point in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
They'll run with Mixon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Play action. It's Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Running right through it. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
And up to make the play there defensively, Von Bell, leading tackler in Cincinnati last year. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And what a big 2020 season for the Saints for this 3rd-round pick in 2017 out of Florida Atlantic. Now, he signed with the Bengals back in March, but for New Orleans last year, 13.5 sacks, which tied Aaron Donald for the NFC lead.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Murray. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 39. 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
And we're in the middle part of this season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
Now it's Mixon running right. Mixon with a 1st down and more. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
69 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. The drive will start with an option going left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Completes it to Hardman. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arm saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling?
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands here of Hardman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again is Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now the Bengals drive about to get going.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that deep.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon
With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
McPherson on for the point after.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, it's Murray. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Jackson looking to throw on third.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Boy, 192 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. Fights loose. Mixon with a first down and more. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon,
his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
They go with Murray again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
DJ Reader there on the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at the 45.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And a across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left.
And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Jackson on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Jackson.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Mixon with a first down and more. Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. It's Mixon on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Mixon. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This is caught, it's Boyd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. Finding some room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0.